One final thing that makes getting to advanced game difficult is what I call the uncanny valley. Okay? The uncanny valley is this really, really interesting concept, which is that sometimes when you're getting closer to a result, your outcomes actually get further from that result. Now that sounds really fucking confusing, so let me boil that down a little bit better, okay? Here's the idea of the uncanny valley and where it comes from. Let's say that you saw a picture of like a cardboard box. You probably don't feel a lot of emotions about a cardboard box because it's very not human, okay? Let's go a little more human. Let's say like a teddy bear. You might feel some emotions about a teddy bear because, you know, it's kind of human-like, it's soft, it's fuzzy, you can kind of relate to it. There's a reason kids like teddy bears, right? Or let's say you take a robot that kind of like has arms and legs and has a human voice. You might be like, oh, it's kind of cute, it's kind of interesting, whatever, okay? Then let's say now all of a sudden you get really close to human. Like for example, a zombie. A zombie is really close to human, but I bet you don't feel a lot of love for a zombie. Or there was a recent cartoon movie, I think it's called Polar Express. I think that was the one, but a lot of people commented the animation was a little too human. And so a lot of people were like disturbed by it. Like it was really, really good animation for the time and really human-like, but people were like, there's something off. There's something a little weird. And so instead of feeling more love for the characters and more love in relation to it, they felt this like deep like resentment or like grossness about it. And so that's what kind of happens is as something gets more and more and more human, your affinity or your affection for it increases until it gets really close. And then it takes this massive dive and you have this abhorrent, awful reaction to it. But then as soon as you get all the way over to human, then you have this like massive affinity and you can truly, truly love it. Now, why did I bring this up? This is what happens to a lot of guys when they learn pickup. Okay, a lot of guys, they learn pickup and they go in and they're trying very hard not to offend the girl. They're trying very hard to be politically correct and nice. And what happens is the girls tolerate them. The girls will treat them like, oh, that's so nice, that's so sweet, thank you for coming up to me, I have a boyfriend, but thank you so much. It's all very nice, it's very polite, and there's no real harsh rejection. And actually, to be fair, this is really helpful for a lot of guys who have approach anxiety, because they approach like little pussies, and then they actually get positive reactions. It convinces them it's okay to approach. So it's actually kind of helpful for you in learning pickup in a way. But see, an interesting thing happens. Once you start being a little more of a sexual threat. Once you start being like actually showing intent, being a little dangerous, actually being in the realm where the girl's thinking of you as a sexual prospect, but you're not quite there. Like she's like, oh, this is the right type of guy for me to fuck, but there's something a little off about it. You have this uncanny valley kind of reaction where the girl is like, I hate that. And so a lot of guys go through this where it's like their results are getting better, 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 and then all of a sudden they get massively worse. And they think that that's a sign that they're doing something wrong or they're fucking up and there's something wrong in game. It's actually not. It's actually a sign that you're getting closer, but you're going through that uncanny valley period. And so when that happens, I want you to be aware of it. I want you to be aware that when you are doing fake it till you make it a little bit, that fakeness is uncanny valley. That fakeness is it'll get you a little bit of a bad reaction from some girls. And if you think that that bad reaction is something to run away from, you're never going to get through the uncanny valley to like the promised land on the other side. Okay, so now what I'm suggesting here is not that when you're getting negative reactions from girls, you just like keep doing exactly the things that are getting you the negative reactions. What I am suggesting though is if you have a behavior that's getting you more and more positive reactions and suddenly stops, don't get rid of it entirely. Keep experimenting with it, keep messing with it, and keep trying to hone in and figure it out. Also, and this is why I'm so proud of this program, Women, and why I think it's such an important thing. When you're doing things that A, have shown success for guys before you, i.e. RST instructors are doing it on camera and getting results with it, and then B, it makes sense in terms of the underlying theory that it should work, and you've seen evidence of it working, but then suddenly it's not working, that's an indicator that it's very likely you're in the uncanny valley area, and it's something worth sticking with. And I'm not saying be blind about it or be stupid or do the exact thing that's getting a bad response, but what I'm saying is don't get rid of the category of behavior entirely. Keep tweaking it, keep messing with it, keep trying to do it differently, because it's very likely, especially when it's extreme jump. It's like getting better, 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 massively worse. Be aware, very likely an uncanny valley scenario, and it's something to mess with. And also be aware you're closer than you think. Okay, most guys give up there. That's the moment where most guys give up, and that's the moment where it's so, so, so important to actually